Let's have this podcast be about that.
About why the complaining about how the PlayStation 4 controller doesn't make telephone calls.
No, I'll do you one better. The PS5.
Oh, well. I mean, it's about time, right?
What are you looking at?
You know, this is the 5th PlayStation without a phone being in the controller. Or, better yet, fuck it. Just make it so I can use my phone as a controller. That's hell. I would not like that.
No. Other way around. Because you already have the headset.
True.
Just make it so your PS5 can take incoming calls.
Yeah, the PS5 has a speaker on it. It's not a two-way speaker, but get on it.
Make it a two-way speaker.
Make
it's
it a
easy
two-way
enough.
speaker.
Just put a microphone in there.
I think
you don't need one. You have a microphone in your headset.
I think all this is in the podcast.
Okay.
Is the problem with that conversation we just had. Welcome to Thunder Lightning's Gaming News Podcast. I'm Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
And I'm Monsoon.
I think we're going to do things a little differently this time because there's not that much news. There's one big piece of news that we are going to talk about. But I feel like most of the conversation is going to be about the games that we've been playing.
Sure.
So right off the bat, there was no game releases this period. Literally all of them were like ports. Like Crash 4 is on PS5 and Yakuza Like a Dragon is on PS5 and all that stuff. But there was no really new game releases, at least none that stuck out to me that I wanted to talk about. So there's that out of the way.
Cool.
So first bit of news, Microsoft has acquired ZeniMax, which means that Bethesda is now officially a part of Xbox.
Wow.
So pretty much the day they announced this, they announced like basically every Bethesda game you could ever want is now on Game Pass, except Doom 2016 was interesting. They had Doom Eternal, but not Doom 2016. I looked briefly, but I'm pretty sure it had all 4 Fallouts, all 3 Elder Scrolls, and every Doom except 2016. Oh, I have to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. And all the Dishonoreds and all that. So that's exciting. Microsoft has been really good lately about just because Bethesda is now a Microsoft property doesn't mean that Skyrim 6 won't be on PS5.
Right.
That's good, yeah.
That's what they did with Double Fine and Cuphead. Cuphead is on everything now, I'm
Cuphead's
pretty sure.
on Switch and
PS4.
I think so, yeah.
And they said when Psychonauts 2 comes out, that'll be on PS stuff as well. Probably not PS5. The Psychonauts 2 is going to release on PS4 when PS6 comes out. So that happened. That's exciting. I guess. It's weird, right? Because I'm not really a big fan of either of those things. But I'm excited, like Bethesda or Microsoft.
Yeah.
But in terms of video games. But it is exciting that when something big like that happens in the gaming space,
right. And it's going to open up like a whole bunch of games for people who only do Xbox, which makes sense. Like people who've never played Skyrim can now play Skyrim on Xbox, which is cool.
Yeah, well, for free with Game Pass.
Yeah,
which is cool. Yeah, as many issues as the game Skyrim had, or as many issues as I have with the game Skyrim. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not fun. The other bit of news is that Hogwarts Legacy, the Harry Potter open world game of everyone's dreams, is going to have a transgender character creator options.
Wow.
Okay.
Usually this would not be news.
Right.
Every character creator.
No, do you not understand?
That's ironic. No, I just got it. That's so ironic.
Well, it's not just ironic. It's
intentional.
It's an intentional. Like they didn't have to announce this. Every game. Basically, the whole thing is like, if you make a female character, you can give them a male voice. Therefore, our character creator is trans inclusive.
Oh.
Every character creator does this. This is a general practice.
Yeah.
But the Hogwarts game has had a lot of controversy. The biggest one being the person who created Harry Potter is a flaming piece of shit.
Turf.
But I think the creative director of the studio making it recently, I forget what he said, but he also basically was like, "Hey, I'm a big piece of shit."
Oh no.
So that's not great for this game's final. I guess what I'm saying is Hogwarts Legacy finally has some good publicity,
Yeah.
and I
Right.
still don't think I'm going to buy it, but that's cool. I'm glad
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
there's at least that.
I'm not gonna lie. I always loved the movie Harry Potter games growing up.
Yes.
Never beat one for whatever reason. I remember playing them, and then I was like, I forget a lot of these spells. I forget how to do a lot of these controls,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna stop.
I don't think, now that you mention it, I had a bunch of those too. I don't think I ever beat them either.
Yeah, right? But I always enjoyed them, and I loved the open world aspect. They weren't entirely open world, but you could
right,
really
but they
roam
were
around.
they were open world enough, kind of like Ocarina of Time. How
Right.
it's like
Really?
not an open world
Exactly.
game, but it's sort of like you could explore over here if you wanted.
Exactly.
I played a lot of the Lego Harry Potter games.
Those are great.
I
Yeah.
haven't beaten those yet.
No, but these movie tie-in ones, it sounds like this is gonna be like those, but so much better.
Yeah.
I
I mean, you have the perfect setting for an open world.
Right.
Hogwarts
yeah.
is a magical, infinitely expanding castle.
Right.
just the wizarding world in general. I mean, I assume you go beyond Hogwarts in this
I would
game.
hope
I'm
so.
sure
See,
you can.
it's called Hogwarts Legacy, so I just assume that the open world is Hogwarts, and
it would
it's-
still be open world enough.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
Right. Absolutely. It would be cool to be able to go into town and stuff like that.
yeah.
yeah.
But I think I need to get this game. I think I'm gonna love this game. If this is Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's Harry Potter
Oh my
now,
God,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
don't.
be. Did you say that's dumb?
No, she said stop, as in like
Like,
Oh,
please.
that's
Oh,
that's an awesome thing you
Yeah.
said.
right? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I think it would be really, really, really cool, and I don't care how much she sucks. It sounds like this game's trying to atone, and I think I will buy it.
No, I mean as many terrible individuals that are attached to this game, I want it to do good.
Yeah.
There are
Right.
people who love Harry Potter. When I was a kid, I really liked Harry Potter a lot,
Oh,
a
me
whole
too.
lot. I've cooled down now, even before the, J.K. Rowling is a transphobe
Talking
stuff.
about this game
Right.
is kind of bringing it back in me, though. I loved Harry Potter.
Oh
my
yeah,
whole
no, me
life.
too. I dressed up as Harry Potter 4 Halloweens in a row. Because everyone said I looked like him. I don't. No, I'm just I want this game to succeed. And if this game succeeding means that J.K. Rowling gets more money, then that sucks, I think.
Mm.
But video games take a long time to make.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the people who I was just having a conversation with someone about this the other day, like the J.K. Rowling and all these other people are going to negatively impact they've already negatively impacted the sales of this game.
Right.
Mhm.
Like
Hasn't even released yet.
that hasn't even released yet, and probably has a team of 3,000 people putting in roughly a million work hours
Right.
into this one video game. And I like to see. I mean, I like to see small games succeed, obviously, but I like to see big games like that succeed because you can really tell the ones where the people working on it really cared about the product. That's why it was so special to me when God of War did so good, the new one,
Mhm.
and the creator uploaded that video of himself like crying in his home studio, like, thank you so much. I love that everyone loves my game and stuff.
Right.
It's just cool. Video games are cool, and
Video games are cool.
I
and
feel. Oh, sorry.
no, I'm sorry. I just keep repeating myself. There's some people who genuinely want this game and want it to be good, and I'm right there with them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is what I'm saying.
I also feel like this game could be a turn for video games. I feel like I love open world. That's one of my favorite things about certain video games. And more and more games are becoming more and more open world, and if you have a completely open world Harry Potter game, and it's the first Harry Potter game to come out in God knows how long, and it's pretty good, I feel like it's gonna be another step in that direction of let's make things as realistic and as open as possible,
Right.
and it's exciting.
Yeah. It's tough just because like you want to we're essentially treading the line between like do we support this game because we want the creators to succeed, or do we support, or do we like abhor this game completely because of the creators and J.K. Rowling and that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's tough, but like I didn't grow up on Harry Potter. I was actually forbidden to read the book until I was like older, and also like I guess the first movie scared me so much that my mom didn't want me to watch the other Harry Potter movies. But
do you remember what about it scared you? Was it the dog?
Maybe either it was either the
Or
dog.
was it the guy with the demon in his head?
Probably that. No, it was maybe it was the troll. I forget. But anyway,
there's a lot of spooky shit in that
I
movie.
know, yeah. Anyway,
I remember. I'm sorry. Just keep going.
Anyway, so I have like a more like lukewarm feeling toward Harry Potter. Like I read the books just to fit in, and they are pretty good. But like, for me, like I'll probably wait until like there's actual gameplay, and like there are reviews about it just to see like where I'll stand. But like most likely, what I'll do is I'll wait until it's on sale, and then get it.
Yeah.
But I do also like for the sake of the people who are like putting all the time and effort into creating this game, I would get it for them. I wouldn't get it for J.K. Rowling or those other people.
Can I jump in here?
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
so
I wasn't the one talking.
Sorry.
No, you're, yeah.
Sorry. Harry Potter revolutionized fantasy in the 90s.
Yes.
There hadn't been... It I don't think we'd have the Lord of the Rings films if Harry Potter didn't come out. I don't think there would be interest enough in making fantasy films like that.
Right.
Had Harry Potter not started that. And I know they started filming around the same time. It's one of those, what do you call it? Not enlightenment,
paradoxes?
but
like a cultural...
Re-enlightenment?
Yeah, where things are happening at once, and they're heading in the same direction.
Like how every video game was about zombies for a couple years.
Yeah.
Or how, like, vampires really took off in a major way.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, you and I would not be writing a fantasy book right now if Harry Potter didn't exist. It literally got me into the genre. It was a big, important thing for a lot of people, and it comes down to separating the art from the artist.
Right.
And you see it across the board. It's an easy out, I know, but sometimes when something is important to a culture, to a certain thing, Wagner.
You said this last time.
Yeah, I've used him before as an example. I'm sure I've used it on a podcast before. He was a pre-Nazi.
Right,
he sucked.
Right.
But we still learn his music because he was a genius.
Right. This has literally nothing to do with video games. Did he do Claire de Lune?
No.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't think so.
No,
that's Debussy.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, non-music
says the
major.
non-music major.
for knowing the music trivia. Good on us.
Good on us. Good on... You know what's good on us? You guys mentioned Debussy, and I just thought, the booty. There's my degree working. But yeah, to me, it really comes down to that. Harry Potter held an important role in
a lot of
people's lives, and it held an important role in some of the things that I'm doing as a creative today. So it's hard to just throw it aside because she sucks.
Right.
She absolutely sucks, and I'm not taking away from that, but the work she made was good, it was important, and it happened in an important part of some people's lives.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to discredit what you were saying, by the way, but in the struggle of do we do it for the game creators or do we not do it because she sucks, I say don't let her sucking get in the way of you enjoying a good game.
Right.
That's the thing, and I've been saying this even before there was this big anticipated Harry Potter game. If you just because J.K. Rowling sucks now, you don't have to well, I guess I don't like Harry Potter
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
Time to throw away all my books. And I think the sentiment carries over to the game. If this is the Harry Potter game of your dreams, like it is for a lot of
It
people,
would be for me if it's what they claim it is.
right. Exactly. And you want it, but you are an obvious, J.K. Rowling. You disagree with everything she says, but you still really want this game. I think go for it.
Yeah. So what games have we been playing?
Anywho.
I want to talk about 2 games. I want to talk about Smash Brothers
Mm-hmm.
because I have been playing Pyra and Mithra
Oh yeah.
because they released, and I didn't bring them up when I was talking about news because I was going to talk about them right now. They're so good.
Really?
Sometimes when a DLC, every single time a DLC character releases, I'm like, I'll play them, and then I play them for a day, and then maybe next time I get together with friends and play Smash Brothers, I play them a bit that day, but that's about it. I actually took Pyra and Mithra online. I liked them so much.
Wow.
I love them a lot. My spirit board, it took a hit. I'm missing 5 spirits, but we all knew that would happen. I need this DLC to end just to put my mind at ease with the goddamn spirits. They announced Bravely Default Spirits.
Really?
And then the event was 3 days long, and the last day was the day before Pyra was released.
Wow.
So I did not participate in that. And then the other 2 I'm missing is you have to have Ghosts and Goblins and Persona 5 Strikers downloaded on your Switch in order to get the spirit, which of course I don't because I bought Persona 5 Strikers on PS4, which is the other game I was going to talk
That's a game
about.
I need to get.
But I really like Pyra and Mithra a lot. I think I might actually have found. I hate calling things mains,
Mhm.
especially in that game because there's so many characters.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick a main, it's obviously Young Link. But I think I picked a new focus character
Nice.
that I want to play a lot and get really good at. I've also been playing Persona 5 Strikers, which I thought was called Persona 5 Scramble. I guess that's the Japanese title. But it's good. It had a really slow start, and I was very bored. But after I got through the first hour, it picked up a lot. And it's not your typical Warriors game. I thought it was going to be just any other Warriors game where there's
slash
no, the
hack and
combat
slash?
is the same, but I thought it was going to be your usual there's a map with hallways and rooms and you got to conquer rooms and go.
Oh.
But it's not. It's straight up they wrote a story and there's a tiny there's levels that you go
Okay.
in and they're huge and they're multiple screens long. The story, no spoilers obviously for this or Persona 5. So if you haven't played either, keep listening.
Cough, cough, Chris.
The story is a direct sequel, believe it or
Oh,
not.
really?
I can't tell if it's canonical or not, but the story is in fact a direct sequel. And that's where it's losing me because without spoiling anything, the whole
Oh, wait, you're right. You're right.
The whole point of Persona 5 is that this thing keeps happening and the characters that you're playing as can stop this thing from happening. But the whole time you're stopping, chapter 1, you stop a thing. Chapter 2, you stop the next thing, The whole time, though, there's this looming threat of, if we can't stop all these things before this happens, then we have failed, right?
Yeah.
You get to the end of the game, spoiler alert, you win, right? And then everything's fine. Everything's back to normal. Persona 5 Strikers starts, and basically, for a lack of a better term, they're it's happening again.
Right.
But this time there's not really stakes. It's just it's happening again for the sake of gameplay. So the story's kind of losing me. I will say I just met this character that I will spoil a little because he's so cool and I want to tell you about him. But you specifically, Pauline, because I think you'll really like him. he's a writer,
Yes.
and he's the villain, right?
Uh-huh.
So his whole thing is that all of his works he plagiarizes every line from popular anime and manga.
Oh, okay.
So when you finally fight him and you finally see his true form, he literally says, "Witness my final form," and then he turns into a dragon, and then he does a JoJo pose.
Good.
He literally does Dio's JoJo pose.
Nice.
I
Oh.
really found
By the way, this is my new.
what's happening. Oh, it's my girl.
I
Everyone's girl.
changed my I changed
Let
my
me see.
I changed my screensaver on my phone.
I haven't even seen this yet.
I used to have a Final Fantasy 15 as my home screen, but now I changed it to Makoto
Final
from.
Fantasy 15 is good. No one played it.
I liked it.
Makoto is the best character in that game, and
Hands down.
if you date Panther instead, I have no judgment. You also picked up the right choice.
As long as you don't pick Futaba, that's just a little bit creepy in my
It is,
opinion.
right?
Yeah.
Let's not get into why, but it's no. Don't pick Futaba, or else I'm
Don't-
gonna put you on a list.
Don't pick Futaba or don't pick the teacher. That's just wrong. Please.
The who? The what?
You can pick the teacher to take.
Oh, Kawakami.
Yeah,
I think her name is?
Something like that. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Anyway.
But that's what I've been doing. I guess that was my long-winded way of saying that Persona 5 Strikers, at first I was like, this is kind of bad, but it picked up, and it did a bad job of explaining things.
Okay.
But it I'm getting it now, and I'm actually doing good. I wasn't like leveling up properly, and I was like having
okay.
trouble figuring that out, but I did figure it out, and I'm enjoying it now.
Nice.
I don't know how long it is though. I'm obviously not done with it. I also got Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and I played through Bowser's Fury in one day because it's very short, but it was so much fun. I don't want to talk about it too much.
Geyser's Fury.
Geyser, yes, exactly. I got Geyser's Fury, and okay, maybe I will talk about it real quick. It's really fun. And if you're someone who played 3D World and didn't like Plessy, this DLC fixes Plessy and actually makes her, I think, really, really awesome. The issue is the thing that I'm having trouble with is that this Bowser's Fury DLC is like a cross between Odyssey and 3D World. It definitely has a lot of DNA from Odyssey, but the controls are like 3D World, so it's a little off-putting at first. Like there's no triple jump because there's no triple jump in 3D World, but because you're controlling Mario in a 3D camera space, you expect him to be able to triple jump, and you just can't. But the power-up system in that DLC is actually really cool. So Mario games live or die on how they incentivize players to collect coins.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because a lot of the time, there's absolutely no reason to collect coins other than you get an extra life, which usually there's a cheat to get more of those anyways. But in Bowser's Fury, instead of lives, you just lose 50 coins each time you die. And the way it works is if you reach, there's 5 power-ups, and if you reach 100 coins, you get a random one, and you can hold 5 of each.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can be holding like 30 power-ups at
lot.
once or whatever. And if you get coins each 100, you get a new one.
That's cool.
Wow.
So there's like this constant. As long as you're not wasting power-ups, like using them to get through a part you're stuck on, there's just like this constant flow of like you have an array of power-ups you can just pick from.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool. Definitely worth 100%ing. There's 100 shines, I think they're called, but they're not shines from Sunshine. And it was a lot of fun. Someone else talk.
I've been playing Immortals Phoenix Rising,
Oh, sick.
and I
Do you like-
really, really, really like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I've been watching her play it.
Nice.
it definitely, like, what people have been saying is really true. Like, it definitely feels like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
But that's probably like why I like the game, because like
Mm.
it's very open world. The controls are kind of weird because I've been playing it on Switch. Like the R button is the R trigger is the attack button, which is kind of strange.
Oh.
But
I've definitely played games way the R trigger was the attack button, but it's interesting choice for a Breath of the Wild like to do that.
Right. But other than that, like it's really fun. Like I feel like my mom would really like it because it's very Zelda-y and like there are a lot of puzzles.
Yeah.
Very open world, lots and lots and lots of references to Greek mythology, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I remember a couple months ago I was watching my brother kind of really struggle through this fight against Medusa,
Oh, okay.
and it looked really cool.
Yeah.
What he was doing.
Essentially, like a little bit about the game. There are 4 gods that you have to free from Typhon. And you have to get back their essences.
Okay.
For example, Typhon stole Aphrodite's essence, and now she's an apple tree. So you got to get that back.
Yeah.
The humor in that game is actually really, really
Yeah.
funny.
It's pretty
The gods are pretty sassy. Like Zeus and like Prometheus have this kind of like off and on again.
Yeah, they're like dual narrating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
I'm almost done with I'm like in the middle of Aphrodite's like plot line.
Yeah.
And essentially Prometheus is telling the story about how Aphrodite was formed, and then Zeus interrupts like, "Oh, like my granddaddy Uranus told me about this. What happened was that the earth and the sky were having like a whole an all-out war, and then a pearl, because of all the earthquaking, a pearl actually fell into the sea, and that's how Aphrodite sprang forth. And anybody who knows Greek mythology knows that is definitely not how she was formed."
No.
And then like there's a part where Prometheus actually tells him like what actually happened, and Zeus says, "Oh my God, that's so sick, Prometheus! Don't ever talk to me again." So like it's that kind of like humor that I really appreciate.
Yeah.
And like they definitely know like like they're trying to make it like really funny and really like 21st century like.
Yeah. No, it's cool that they're using the fact that most of these gods have a really fucked up origin story as like self-referential humor.
Right.
That's cool. That's an interesting take.
She started this game off of our recommendation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
Did I recommend this game?
Not-
I did
it's-
when we were watching the trailer for
Oh,
it.
It was-
back when this game was going to be called
Gods and Monsters.
It was going to be
Yep.
called Gods and Monsters,
Yeah.
which is the worst no sales name for a game ever.
Either that or Project Triangle Strategy.
Project Triangle Strategy? No. See, the difference is Project holy shit. Project
I like Triangle Strategy.
Strategy.
I think that I will never be able to repeat what I said. I think that string of words was like underspeak. Like I think that was like a Cthulhu spell or some shit. Project Triangle Strategy. You hear that name, you're like, that's so dumb. I have to try it. But you hear Gods and Monsters, and you're like, oh, is that a new phone game? I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Clash of Titans or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
exactly like Clash of Titans. Every time anything is like Clash of something, I'm like, oh, it's a dumb phone game, probably. All right, I'll go play Mario.
I'm really
He's
like.
not on the phone. Wait.
Anyway, I'm really liking it. There's a DLC that's coming up that is gonna introduce like Chinese mythology. And I'm so excited about it.
Interesting.
I saw I was like thinking to myself when I was like buying it. I was thinking to myself like, should I get the standard or should I get the deluxe? Let's see like what the deluxe has. It has a season pass, and I was reading through the DLC chapters, and it said
Yeah,
Chinese mythology. I'm like sold
That's
to give me
cool.
the deluxe.
that's cool. I didn't expect them to do that.
Yeah. So
Did you play Genshin Impact?
I tried to download it on my phone, but like my phone does it does not want me to play like
Oh, okay.
really hard. Like it does not want me to play like those like kind of like RPG
Right.
things for whatever reason. Like I tried downloading Fire Emblem Heroes again, but it would not let me. Like
Oh,
it
interesting.
was downloading for a million years and I couldn't.
I was gonna ask you.
It's on the PS4, right?
Yeah,
I'm-
Genshin Impact's on PS4.
might-
That's how I played it.
I might try getting that on the PS4 then.
If you do end up playing it, I'd be curious what you think of that game versus Immortal Phoenix Rising, because those are
Okay.
the like two big Breath of the Wild like games
Mhm.
that have been like talked about for the last couple of years, happen to come out like within the same couple months as
Gotcha.
each other.
Is the Engine Impact like multiplayer online?
It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Genshin Impact is a gacha game,
Okay.
so you get like 2 free characters, and then the rest you have to pay
like,
for.
Yeah, like prisms, that kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just because I have issues with online gameplay with my PS4 because my internet sucks.
Oh, I
But,
see. Yeah, you don't have to play online.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Chris, what are you trying to tell me?
176 subscribers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was not going to. No, I get it now. You did your best. To communicate that to me. No, that's good. We're growing. People watch our videos. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch.
Yeah. In short, I really like Immortal Phoenix Rising, and I'm really enjoying the game. I've been practicing my Oberdin speedrun.
Yes. How is that going?
It's going good.
Have you been like looking up other people's?
I looked up one speedrun, and it said like an hour and 30 minutes, and I was like, wait a second, somebody told me that it was an hour and 50. Let me look, and that guy did like 0% completion. That was
got
why.
it.
Right now I played it once again just to like try to get all the what's it called? All the names in the book, and I actually wrote them all down in a book of mine. And that took me about like 3 hours just because I was like multitasking,
Pausing
like
and, yeah.
multitasking and like washing dishes, that kind of stuff. I kind of have like an idea of like what I want to do when I do the speed run, but I have to test it out first. So
Yeah.
I have to like go back in and like play it again.
Yeah,
do all
there's
that
no
stuff.
take your time to run this game as many times as you want before the like official
Right.
stream,
Yeah.
you know? Meanwhile, I'll work on getting a speed run overlay for the Streamlabs.
I'm pretty sure it's possible, but like yeah, I have a like what I'm going to try to do is I'm also when the time comes and I'm officially doing it, I want to try to do everything I can from memory. Like I'll have the book that I have with me, but then like I want to try as much as possible to like do as much as I can from memory because like I feel like that would be more impressive as opposed to like being like looking but like, oh, it's this guy, this is how he died, that kind of stuff. Because like it's essentially the same thing, but like just if I did it all from memory, that'd be more impressive. So
that's I mean, it wasn't a speed run. It's called this, but it wasn't a speed run. But that's essentially what I do with RE2. Yeah. I wrote down a lot of notes, and then when the day finally came, I didn't read any of them because I had them all memorized.
Right. That's going good. Animal Crossing is Animal Crossing, and
Animal Crossing's almost a year old.
Yes.
Yeah. I made my Mario level this week.
Oh, nice.
I did too on Twitch.
Yeah, mine was better than yours.
Was it? I haven't seen it yet.
I actually haven't seen your final product either.
Mona's been sending me like snapshots of like people who've made Rainbow Road.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody like flooring on their island.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've seen people. People have been using the Mario blocks for Mario. Like, obviously, you can make a Mario thing. But some people have been making tunnels.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
With using the floating blocks, just buying like 100 of them and like making a straightaway tunnel from one side of the island to the other. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that until people started doing that.
Ooh. That gives me ideas.
Yeah, because you can walk under them and put stuff on top of them. It's really opened up, as long as you're okay with the Mario aesthetic, it's really opened up a lot of interesting decorating options.
I've seen somebody actually make a subway kind of setting. They use the pipes, and they put the pipe obviously like on the outside of the airline, but then they go into like this like room that like has like it has the like the subway aesthetic, and I can't even imagine how they were able to do that.
Yeah.
So.
My goal, and I talk about it in the VOD that's up on Twitch for probably like
the VOD
3 more video on demand.
Oh, okay.
But my goal was to use everything except the pipes because I'm using those for the fast travel purposes.
Yep.
Other than that, I wanted to use every item at least once.
Yeah.
Even if it was just like on display, which some of them are. I even managed to use the big mushroom, which I was not looking forward to. Oh, cool. Yeah. And I tried to... Obviously, you can't jump in Animal Crossing, so it's not hard. You could just walk right through it. But I did want to make it, like, have a little bit of level design.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, now you have to do this. Oh, and if you go this way, this might happen.
I did the same thing.
Cool. No, I'm excited to see yours. What if it won't be? Because statistics, but what if they're exactly the same?
They're not. I can just tell based on what I saw of yours. That would be nuts.
Did you do what I did? You did a straight?
I didn't. I made it like a maze.
Oh, okay. See, I was going to early on. I was like, maybe I could do a maze thing, but there wasn't enough room. It was easier to just do.
Yeah. Mine's definitely compressed, but
Yeah.
I did essentially what I wanted.
I just it got to a point where all of a sudden, one of every Mario item was down, and seeing the mushroom next to the block, next to the thwomp, next to the star, next to the shell, I was just like, oh yeah, all these colors. This is very aesthetically pleasing to me because these are the colors that Mario games are,
Yeah.
and my level looks like a Mario game now.
Yeah.
Right. Video games are cool.
Video games are cool. I love video games.
I think that's probably all we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys are good, remind me next time that I want to. We're probably going to end here because we've got some other stuff to do today. Remind me next time that I want to talk about how I've been playing a lot of space shooters.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, and I also beat a level of Wilmot's Warehouse.
Sorry, I have no idea what you just said.
I also beat a level of Wilmot's Warehouse. I finally got back into that game.
You beat a whole run, or
No, not the whole run yet, but I'm slowly still getting all the pieces.
nice? Glad you like it.
It is-
I heard about it and I was like, I'm gonna download this, and then I went online and everyone was like, what? What game is that? We've never played that, so I'm glad I know someone who's also playing it, and I'm glad you're liking it. It
Yay.
is snowing outside for real,
It is really snowing outside.
but it's
Jeez.
also super sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, the world is ending. Thank you for listening. Thank you for playing video games, and
Watch us play video
Watch
games
us play
live
video
at 5 on
games.
Sundays on Twitch.
watch us play video games yesterday on Twitch,
And next Sunday.
and next Sunday, and probably this Wednesday. Who knows? Next Sunday we're playing Wind Waker, and this Wednesday or Thursday I'll be playing Mario Sunshine. And yesterday we played Luigi's Mansion 3. And all of those except Mario Sunshine are part of our Let's Play series, so they will be uploaded to YouTube eventually. But if you do miss the stream, they turn into video on demands that you can watch on Twitch.
Or you could watch them episodically
could-
on our YouTube channel.
Yes, or you could do that.
Either way. I
Or-
wasn't saying one was better than the other.
Or, well, I'll tell you which one's better than all the rest. You could watch them live at
Or you
5
can watch
on
them
Right.
live
Sunday.
at 5 on Sundays. That is the best one.
And until next time, I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
I'm Monsoon.
Stay safe, stay clean, and we'll see you next time.